Hi everyone, this is Carlo and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm gonna present you a new appointment called What's in My Journals. As a creative with a particular interest in journaling and the tendency to buy and accumulate notebooks, I thought it could be nice to start a series of videos about how to use them creatively. In the first episode, I'm gonna show you 3 types of creative journals that I more or less regularly like to work on. There are many ways to express our creativity on a journal. The first one I'll show you is my personal journal, where I jot down my thoughts and my life chronicles. I use the technique of scrapbooking to decorate the page and give it a vintage style. I make a large use of ephemera and old-style pictures that I like to combine with scraps of old book pages and papers of different type and opacity. I also like to create elements to incorporate, like these circular shapes or this stained paper. If you want to know more about this style of scrapbooking journaling and how to create your own paper items, make sure you check my full workshop on this channel. I will link the video above. This journal for me is all about creating an aesthetic that is halfway between an old illustrated book and a handwritten letter. I like to layer up strips and scraps of paper, overlap washi tapes, and frame the text I will write. I very rarely use scissors. I love irregular borders and ripped paper. When I write this journal, it's usually a stream of conscience. Most of the times the words flow freely, and I tend to fill the whole space with text, also changing the orientation of the page. This is the kind of style I go for, but you can choose an aesthetic that you feel more resonant with you and with what you write on your own journal. I like mine to have a vintage style because I write about my life, and so the elements of time and memories are quite recurring. And also because I really like this style. The second creative journal I have is a mood journal, that I also call a vision journal. The concept of this journal is very similar to the one of a mood board. I usually assemble on its pages a vision, a suggestion of a particular mood I'm in, or a state of mind that I want to achieve. In this journal, the text that I write is usually quotes, poems, or song lyrics that fit the atmosphere I want to suggest. For example, today I was missing the feeling of spending summer in Italy, and I wanted to create a spread that would recall the atmospheres of one of my favorite movies of the last few years, which is Call Me By Your Name. The technique that I use on this journal is purely collage. It's like pinning images on a board. For this journal, I use images that I take from travel magazines or travel agency brochures. I want this journal to be for me a visual escape. That's why there's plenty of references to the ocean, the beach, or the summer in general. The idea is creating a journal of visual emotions. In these pages, I will incorporate the lyrics of the opening track of the movie, which contribute in my head to really suggest that vibe. Also, I thought about the typical laziness and lethargy that comes with the heat of summer, and I thought of giving this feeling with the help of some tracing paper that are layered on top of the images. As I said, I find playing with the opacity of paper really enjoyable. The good thing of the mood journal is that you don't necessarily need to have anything to say or write. It's all about expressing emotions, moods, and feelings. The third example is my art journal. The support that I use is this particular caddy paper, which is thick and rough, and it allows you to use watercolor and paint with no problem. In this journal, I like to create illustrations with different media. This time, I wanted to illustrate a poem by Ciro Giordano dedicated to my hometown Rome, which I miss a lot lately. I traced the drawing with a pencil and started straight away to use a very diluted watercolor. I like to be very free when I use this technique. Color outside the borders. Let the different shades merge into each other's. I let it dry and apply a couple more layers, progressively drier and more detailed. Then I add more color with watercolor pencils. I like to tap some areas with a wet brush after, so that only some parts of this new layer will blend. And then I start writing the text. I want the final aesthetic to recall some illustrated books from our childhood. This one looks a bit like a page from Alice in Wonderland. These were 3 examples of possible concepts for a creative journal. I hope you liked this video, and if you did, please give me a big thumb up. And don't forget to check the creativity playlist on this channel. Take care and see you soon.